Hello, fellow nosy person. Hi, my name is Paige. Welcome to my channel. If you read the title, I believe that you are also a nosy person and want to know how much money I spent on my books last year. So, welcome to the video. I washed my bangs in the sink. I didn't put on makeup because I just could not be bothered. So we're just gonna sit down, have a chat about books and money, and yeah, let's do that. I do need to start this video with a preface that this is in no way me bragging about how much I can afford to spend on books and blah 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 blah, whatever. I am just here to talk about books. They are a lot of money. This is not a cheap hobby to have, especially if you're somebody who likes to purchase books and own them and keep them on your shelves as trophies. So there are ways to go about reading that is cheap, like having a library card, which I don't have because I'm just a bad book reader. I like to own them. It is a bad habit of mine, something I am trying to break and hopefully get a library card this year. But it's just something I think that it's important to talk about, because if you're just a casual viewer of BookTube, you might go and watch somebody's book haul and think, there is no way I could afford something like that. Or if you're a booktuber and you see other people who are able to spend hundreds of dollars every month on their book buying, you might feel a little sad and discouraged that you're not also the best booktuber out there because you can't afford all of these books and whatnot. And it's just something that I want to bring light to, I want to talk about, I want to give each other ideas on where to buy books. There are so many different places you can get them. I'm terrible. I purchase off Amazon and I know it's bad. I know it's bad. So this is not me bragging. This is just an open conversation about how much books cost. I'm going to go through all of the books that I bought that I could find receipts for, and I'm going to tell you how much I spent at the end of this video. So I'm not here to say, wow, look at how rich I am, because I am not. I'm unemployed. Please don't get upset if this is a topic that you are just not interested in. Feel free to click away. There are other videos that I have made. If this is something that you are super interested in, I have done a couple of videos about money and books that I will try and remember to link below so you can watch those. But yeah, let's talk about this. So as I have said, I am unemployed. I decided to stop being a teacher at the end of last school year, and I laid out a budget for myself for about 6-7-ish months. And in that budget, I did have a book buying budget, which I put about $75 a month. That wasn't going to work out for me. So where I had wanted to do, like, get my hair done or buy new clothes, I took some money out of those budgets and I put them towards my book buying budget. And I just knew that book buying was going to be a priority for me, just because of it's something I love to do and it's something that I could do to kill the time while I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. Still don't have that figured out, but at least I have really hefty bookshelves with books that I can read. All right, but you are here for how much I spent. So I'm just going to list off all of the books that I have purchased in the year, including any books that I bought on Audible, as well as any other subscription things that I have gotten that were book related. There are a few things that I could not find receipts for, so I have not included them in this, but it's going to give you a general overview of about how much all of the books that I have purchased have cost. All right, I have my list up on my phone, and do I want to make editing me put a picture of every single book that I'm talking about? But these are what I bought. So I got Lost in the Neverwoods, Rule of Wolves, Flashfire, Darius the Great is Not Okay, Yesterday is History, The War That Saved My Life, Fairy Tales from Verania, People We Meet on Vacation, The Infinite Noise, The Grief Keeper, Malibu Rising, One Last Stop, Rock Rhapsodic, One Hot Italian Summer, Three of Hearts, From Blood and Ash, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, That Can Be Arranged, Daisy Jones and the Six, The Crown of Gilded Bones, When Stars Are Scattered, Miss Marvel, Sheets, The Deal, Ice Planet Barbarians, The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics, The Highwayman, Neon Gods, The Silent Waters, How to Be a Movie Star, How to Be a Normal Person, Mermation, Seance Tea Party, Darius the Great Deserves Better, Nightfall, Moontouch, Barbarian Lover, A Court of Silver Flames, and A Court of Frost and Starlight. I bought all of those on Amazon, which I know, not great. I do need to do better. That is why my goal this year is to purchase books from bookstores. There is a secondhand bookstore that I'm going to try and prioritize. There are some other bookstores that I have never been to in Arizona, but I'm going to try them out. And then if all else fails, I'll go to Barnes & Noble. But there are a few more books that I did purchase, so let me continue with my list. From Barnes & Noble, I got A Nobleman's Guide to Shipwrecks and Scandals, I believe. Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World. Chytonic? I don't know how to pronounce, I want to say Crytonic. Chytonic? American Queen, and I also purchased The Love Hypothesis. But wait, we are not done. I did have a yearly subscription from Scribd, as well as all of the books that I purchased on Audible with my monthly subscription. So through Audible, I purchased Rule of Wolves, King of Scars, the Chronicles of Narnia box set, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, Daisy Jones and the Six, Malibu Rising, Where the Crawdads Sing, the 5th season, Maybe You Should Talk to Someone, The Lightning Struck Hard, How to Be a Normal Person, Tell Me It's Real, The Bones Beneath My Skin, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, The Crown of Gilded Bones, and Not Like the Movies. So in total, I purchased 45 physical books and 16 audiobooks, which came to about $997.76. And like I said, there are a few receipts. I know I bought some books from Goodwill, and then I bought my Illumicrate exclusive versions of The House in the Cerulean Sea and Under the Whispering Door, and I did not include those in this, but that would definitely put my total above $1,000 for books purchased in 2021. I also calculated how many of those books I have read, and I have only read 41% of the physical books that I purchased last year, and I have read 69% of the audiobooks that I purchased last year. So I'm doing better with the audiobooks, but I do tend to buy audiobooks for books that I already own so that I can read them. So that is another part of my goals for this year, where I want to get a library card so I can hopefully get onto Libby or Hoopla. I don't know which one my library has. I've heard that some libraries have different options for what you can get to, so that I can have more options for audiobooks for free, so I'm not constantly purchasing 2 of the same book just in different formats. So in no means do I think $1,000 on books is a little bit of money. I know it is so much money, and I was kind of shocked. I really thought that I was not purchasing that many books last year. I really thought I was doing a pretty good job of just kind of toning it down and only really buying myself extra books near my birthday or the holidays. But for 45 books and 16 audiobooks to spend about $1,000 it's a lot. It is quite a hefty amount of money. And when I asked on Instagram how much people thought that they spent last year, I was getting a lot of messages saying that they thought they spent about $100 to $500, and it makes me want to know how many books people buy in a year. How much is a normal amount? Because I have watched so many hauls. I do like to watch a haul. I like a good haul. And I see people buying 20, 30 books almost in a month, and I'm just interested where people are buying those books and how they're getting them for so cheap, and if they even are really tracking how much money they're spending. So maybe the people who said that they thought that they spent maybe $300 are spending double that and they don't really even know it. But if there are places that are just like a gem for buying books, I would really like to know. I have heard of Thrift Books. I don't think I've purchased anything from there. I did buy a few things from Book Depository a couple years ago, but then I know that they had a little bit of an issue, but I haven't purchased from them since. And I think that there's a couple other online stores that people have used that they've recommended, and I just have not taken the plunge to go and sift through those books and find the ones that I want. But there are options out there for people do not spend quite as much money, and I would really like to hear them, and I'm sure that anyone watching this video who also spends way too much money on books would also like any recommendations that you can leave down in the comments. And let's just talk about this. Are you surprised by how much 45 books and 16 audiobooks cost? Did you spend more or less than me? And I don't know, where do you buy your books? What places do you recommend? I am really going to try and do my best to not give Amazon all my money. I did break down and get myself a Kindle Unlimited subscription though, so we're gonna see how that one goes, and maybe if the ebook form is a little bit better for me, so that I'm not spending quite as much money because it's a subscription that is hopefully not going to break the bank. But I don't know. Let's talk about it. I'm just so interested in how much people are spending, and yeah, that is how much I spent on books in the year. I'm shocked by it. I'm hoping that next year my number is quite a bit less, and that I don't have to tell you that all of the books I bought were from Amazon, and that I do a much better job of supporting local bookstores around where I am living. But that is all that I have. Thank you for sticking around watching this. Thank you for chatting with me, and I hope that we can all talk about money in the comments. Alright, that is all that I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.